Hello and welcome to my 100-day project. My name is Lisbeth and I'm an abstract mixed media artist. If you don't know what the 100-day project is, look at my video for the first day. In the description box below there's a link. I will also put a link to the playlist for this whole project. Here in this box I will keep my small pieces. At the one end I have my substrates cut up, and at the other end I have the first week. So today in this video I will do and show day 8 to 14. I can put this here so they will be lined up, and I will pick a new piece of paper, piece of substrate. Today or this week I think I will do black and white, and for that purpose I have grabbed my small scrap box with scrap papers, all kinds of scrap papers, black and white, and I have a similar box with all kinds of small bits and bobs in fabric, and I will use these two boxes. Also I have some black and white thread in two thicknesses here, and I have some paper yarn and some two colored, you can hardly see it here, but here two colored viscose yarn. So that is my plan for materials for this week. But let's begin. I have found this small piece of jelly print, and I think I will put it in the top, but it is a little too big, so I will tear a little of it off. Yeah, that was not enough, so a little more. Like this, and this is a piece of cotton with frayed edges. I think I will put it there. And this is also a piece of black cotton I have painted with a brush, very light, with a white acrylic paint. And I think I will put that there. And there. Something like that. Yes, and let us see if we can find something to put up there. No. What about this piece here? Yeah. Perhaps it's just a little too big, or perhaps I should put it there. And I also have this small piece here. I think it looks nice there. So something like that. So yeah, I think we'll start to glue it down. So I will start with this piece here. The next piece with a little overlap, yeah, and then there was the paper, and also again with a little overlap. Yeah, and what was it I decided? Was it this here? This is paper, tissue paper, and this is a small piece of fabric. I know I want this one up there, but I'm a little unsecure on if that's the right size or the right place. But let's see. And I like these threads hanging from the frayed edges. I don't mind them at all. Perhaps it's a little too big. I can try to cut a little of it off. Yeah, perhaps that was better. So I will glue this down too. Yeah, like that. So now I will have to decide what kind of embroidery I want on it. I will pre-cut some holes here, and I have decided to make a row of, in Danish if you translate it, it means square stitches. I don't know if it's called the same in English, but I will show you. So I will take my ruler, and I have this plastic, so this thing I can punch with. So I will turn it around and do the same here. So now that I have pre-poked, sometimes it's, if you want them to be very neat, it is a nice way to do it. But I will come up here with my viscose thread, and I will just there's my scissor. Just secure it here with a little piece of tape to avoid any big knots on the back. And then I will go up here in this hole. Up here. Back in the first. Down here. Down here. And now you can see why it is called a square stitch, because you make these small boxes or squares. If you have done them correctly, there will be a cross on the back side. So up again, down here, up here, down here, up here, down here, and so on. I will make them and be back. This only took a minute or two to sew them. So you can see this piece here took me about 10 to 15 minutes. And that's all you need to do a little every day. You don't have to use hours for it. But this was day 1. No, not day 1. Day 8. Sorry. This is day 9. And here I have some patchwork fabric, some edges from a jelly print, some black cotton fabric, and this is some, I don't know if it is Japanese or Chinese writing from I don't hope it says something naughty, but I don't know what it says. But wait, it was from some packing of something. And the only thing I have done here is to take a big thicker cotton thread and made some small tab or tack stitches there. So this was day 9. Hello, and welcome to day 10. I have only found this small strip of fabric with the self edge, and I have been some printing on it, and I think it would look nice there, but it's too long, so I will take my scissor and cut it off and put it there. And then I have this piece of jelly print paper, and I think this would look nice there. I also want to use this small piece of, I don't know what it is, but it's fabric of some kind, and I need another piece down here. So let us see what we can find. That's too small. This piece here I think is nice. Yeah, like that. And since I want this one to come over, I think, no, I don't want that. I want the fabric to go over the paper. I'm gonna tear a little of this off. Yeah, that's better. Again, I will take my glue stick and start with the paper. And glue the paper down. Oops. And these pieces here, it's nearly the end of my glue stick, I can see, so I'll have to get another one and put it down there. And the strip of fabric. I often wait a little or a few minutes before I start stitching. It is so nice to put your needle into the wet glue, but it dries quite quickly. So there. Yeah. And then there's this. Go away. This little piece here. And I think I want the black end to come out there. Yeah. So I will just give it a little glue and put it there. Can sometimes do that. And you can see already I have put the dates in, and the date, the 27th February 2024. Yeah, I will consider what stitches I would make and be back. I don't think this piece needs a lot more. There's a lot going on with this pattern here. So I think I will make a couple of rows or columns in back stitches here, and again I will pre-cut, not pre-cut, oh yeah, sorry, I say that every time, pre-poke some holes. And I will stop a little here before I come to this little piece there, and another row. And I don't mind if they're not exactly below and above each other. I will start with the two first and see how this looks before I go and do another pre-hole. Okay, so I will come up here. Again, this is the viscose thread. This two black and white thread. And I will take my tape and secure it. The back stitches are, as the name says, going back. So you'd make the first stitch like a running stitch, and then you go back to the previous hole and you come up here and back down to the previous hole and up here and back. I like this thread here. It isn't the easiest thread to sew with, but I like that there's a little black and white on it. So yeah. So I think you got the meaning here. So I will stitch it out of the camera and be back. So here they are, the back stitches. You don't need to be able to could embroider a lot of different stitches. Most of the time I use perhaps the same 10, 15 different stitches, and I have my favorites. But if you can do a few, you can really do a lot of different things with them, and that's nice. So this was day 10. This is day 11, yeah, and you can see it's all about circles. This is a patchwork piece of fabric, some jelly prints, and I don't know what it is. I think it is small ammonites for it's a book page somewhere from, and again some heavy viscose wool, and then I just have embroidered a small circle here again with back stitches, I think it was. You can always do running stitches around and then do another round where you do it opposite. That would give the same. But day 11. This is day 12, and this is a piece of jelly print, and this is some tissue paper with a pattern on, and I have bought it in I can't remember where. And this is a funny kind of pattern. No, not pattern, but fabric. It is a little wavery. It goes up and down. So I decided to use a white thin cotton thread and embroider feather stitch until here, and then back stitches from the rest. I think it is a little botanical because of this, and I think this two things looks nice together. Yeah. So this was day 12. Day 13, and perhaps that's going a little too much on here in this piece, but it is a board print, an old book with some leftover black, a book page with some leftover black paint, a piece of fabric. I don't know where it is, I got it from, and again my painted cotton fabric. And this piece is a piece of, I don't know if it's cod or it is salmon, but a couple of years ago I was on a retreat on Iceland, and there was a tannery where you could buy skins made of fish, and this is such a piece I have glued down there. And because this is a kind of triangle shape, I decided to embroider some small triangles down there, and they are embroidered with paper yarns. So that was day 13. So the last day of this week, day 14, and I have found these two pieces of fabric. This is just ordinary black cotton, and this is also a piece of patchwork fabric of some kind. I have a friend who's doing patchwork, and sometimes when I'm visiting her, I get allowed to go through her scrapbooks, and I pick up small pieces I like that catches my eyes, and this is, I think, a piece from there. I don't do normal ordinary patchwork, but I like some of the fabrics you can buy. So yeah, let us see. I will start with gluing this black, solid black down first. And again, this dries quite quick, so after a minute or so you can stitch into it without any problems. And I think I like the frayed edges to that side. I don't think it is but this is the upside, and this is the downside. Yeah. Sometimes I even like the fabric better on the wrong side or the back side. And who cares? You can do what you want. There isn't a police coming after you saying you have to do this or that. And that is a great thing with mixed media. So now they're sitting there, and then I want a small piece of something there. So again, here's my scrap box. Oh, I have this big feather from a napkin. Yeah, but it's too big for this project. Again, there's this piece. No. This piece I think would be nice here. Yeah, I like that. So and you can see there are torn edges on 3 of the sides and not on this side. So we will have to give it a torn edge here on this side too. This is a Japanese paper of some sort. Not one I have done myself. Even though I like to do most of my papers myself. And I also like to do some of my fabrics myself. So this is how this turned out. And now to find out what to embroider. You can see it's quite simple. It's only 3 pieces, and that's that. But it don't have to be so hard every time. I have decided just to make some tab or tack stitches, or what they are called, all the way down here. And I've chosen this thin paper thread. I'm a member of what we have here in Denmark, the Danish Yarn Association. It's a club or association where mostly professional weavers and knitters can buy yarns you can't buy in ordinary shops. And they have many exciting yarns. Amongst them is this paper yarn. You can weave with it and you can knit with it, and I like to embroider with it. But you have to be a member to buy yarns there. So that's the only thing. But they have nice yarns. They also have a homepage called yarn.dk, and it isn't much to be a member. You have to pay a one-time fee, and then you have to renew it every year for a very little amount, and then you can buy all these exciting yarns. So I can put a link to it in the description box below if anyone is interested. It is a little different to sew with an ordinary embroidery floss or yarn or thread or what you call it. So I like them a little big. Down here. And you can see I always pre-poke the first thing where I'm coming up, because I'm not sure I can come up the right place when I come from behind. But yeah, if you want it to be very, very neat, you again could use your tool and your ruler. But I don't mind here if they are a little wonky. So I think you can see what I'm doing here. So I will stitch it down to here out of camera. So here it is, day 14, with these kind of wonky stitches. I like them this way. So now I can begin to think about what the next 7 days should be about. But I'm sure I can manage to come up with an idea for something. So I hope you like this little video, and perhaps you would want to try to do the 100 days project yourself. So there's a hashtag on Instagram and here on YouTube you can look at and perhaps be inspired. But stay safe, take care, and be creative until next week.